But while you're thinking about it, I'm gonna double back. It's live. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna double back to the opening doors thing, because that's, to me, that's minimum. Like, that's like the bare
Eight?
minimum that can happen.
Yes.
And I remember I was dating this guy, and he would open literally, that's what I would do. I'd walk up to a door and I would stand there, and he opened every door. And I remember one of the reasons why I really liked him too. This is really silly, but guys, take notice. Okay, because it's such a little thing. We went to this town. It's called Hood River, and there's all these shops and restaurants, and there were so many stores. It was Christmas time, so that everything was decorated. And we went there on a little getaway, and we went into like 50 shops. And every single time we went into a shop, he opened the door and in and out, right? So, and there were like in and out constantly. He opened every door. Now, flash forward to after, this is early. So flash forward to after the mask was like cracking. I remember I was visiting him, and we went into this one store. And so when you're dating, right, you're observing. You should be observing each other and seeing how people move, right? And see if you like how they're perform. You don't tell them, you just watch and you see how they do things, right? So I was still watching, because we were kind of like, at this point, maybe gonna reconcile, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to. So I remember we went into this shop, and he was walking out of the door before me, right? So I'm walking behind him. He went to the door and he walked out of it, and he like sort of held it open for me, kind of, but didn't like traditionally hold the door. And another man jumped in front of me and pushed the door open and held the door for me to walk out. And he saw that, and he never did that again. Right. But I noticed that whole scene, because in my mind, as it was happening, I was going, he's not going to open the door. He's not going to. It's such a little thing. Don't get it twisted. I know it's such a small thing, but really it's the bare minimum. It really is just something kind that you can do. Yeah. And it's one of those things that for me, like, I mean, sometimes he would pull out my chair. He didn't always. I didn't trip over that kind of thing. But opening the door, I don't know. For me, is just kind of something that you do. Even my sons do it for me. They know, right? It's just something that you do as a gentleman, right? And you always pay, And I mean, I'm not saying the girl can't pay at some point if she like tip or something, get the popcorn. I don't, whatever. Sometimes I do stuff like I'll be like, hey, it's your birthday. I'm taking us on a trip, whatever. But because that's just me. But I think generally the guy pays, and if you can't afford to pay, then you shouldn't be dating. or you date a girl who maybe is not there, where she doesn't, like, you got to assess whether she is the kind that wants you to pay or not. But honestly, I think that most women who have some value for themselves expect a man to pay, at least for the first few dates, if not all of them. I will tell you right now, I expect a guy to pay for all of them. So because I will cook, like at some point I'm going to invite you to my house, and I'm going to buy all the groceries, and I'm going to cook, and I'm going to do all of this stuff, because at some point, I guarantee you, if we get into a relationship, guess what's going to be happening? What happened to you? I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be doing things. You know what I mean? I'm going to be doing more things than, you know what I'm saying. So anyway.
God, I could go on and on. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, I'm there right with you. The one little example I was going to give, this is actually after we were married. We went on vacation. We had to take a flight. I hurt my Achilles tendon running. I was running a lot at that time. And so I was limping, and it hurt. But I still had to carry my own suitcase. My roll, at least my carry-on. Like, I was rolling it as I'm limping. And then we got onto the plane, and he happens to be in front of me. And we get to our seat, and he turns around. He's got his bag and his hand behind him, and I'm like got mine in front of me because I'm kind of using it as a little like roller, right? And he turns to me and he lets his bag go and says, "I'm gonna go use the bathroom." Takes off down to the back of the plane. As I'm standing there with both of his bags, both my bag and his carry-on.
So you have to put him in the overhead by yourself, injured?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's definitely, it's like things had to build up. I may have let things build up way too long before I finally gave up. But
it sounds like a small thing. I know if you're listening to this, you're probably like, oh, he didn't put her bag up there. But women, you know, it is just this kind of thing where, like, I go to the airport and strange men put my bags up for me if I need my
Yeah.
bag up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there is a difference that you can, and there are men who are listening to this and you know who you are. You know what we're talking about. You're probably thinking to yourself too, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine that he did not put those bags up for her before he went to the bathroom, because you know who you are. You know what I mean? You know how to treat a woman. And if you don't know how that's how you treat a woman, now you know.
So
You know.
I want to kind of say, like, there's definitely, like, to me it's more of like masculine feminine
Mhm.
energies, and I speak about the divinity, right? So there's divine feminine and divine masculine, and there is an order with that. That's like, it's a natural order, it's an instinctual manner, and we all work better when we actually live this way in our masculine feminine, in our divine feminine, or sorry, masculine, divine masculine, you know, divine feminine, right? And when we allow the masculine to be masculine, and not like, there's that whole word of demasculinization. Like, when there's women out there who like will demasculinize a man, and then they start to feel like unworthy, and relationships can go south. Masculine is attracted to feminine, and feminine is attracted to masculine. So you're welcome for me wanting you and allowing you to put my bag up. Like, because now you're being the masculine, and I'm allowing you to be that for me, take care of me. And then I feel taken care of by my suitor, by my protector. And so when my heart feels safe and I feel protected and I feel like I'm being taken care of by my masculine energy, and then I want to be the nurturer. I want to give. I want to give everything. Like, and it's like, it's almost like, I feel like us as feminine, we will give way more than you give us. You just need a little. And it's like, and I mean, I'm a prime example of that. I may have overgiven, but I mean, that's neither here nor there anymore. I'm just saying, like, there's a natural, it's a dance. It's like there is a lead and a follow, right? And when the normally the masculine leads and the follow is the feminine, and when you get into that dance, there comes a moment where you lose who's leading, who's following, and it's a beautiful, like, just natural wave and ease of